Part 3. Musical Prescriptions for Health. Music as Medicine. In our exploration of music's medicinal properties, we have shown that healing is not just something that happens in the physical body alone. When we heal emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, it affects our physical health as well. Only when we address all four aspects of our health can we come back to being whole and truly be healed. The research cited in this section provides solid evidence that music can benefit all four bodies. We are living in exciting times where science and spirituality are being bridged. The role of music, sound, and vibration in this process are integral. Many of us want to take the benefits of music, sound, and vibration into more mainstream areas such as corporations, hospitals, hospices, medical practices, and the private sector. Having good, solid research creates a more grounded approach to make this happen. The studies I have referenced lead the way for you to delve deeper into the science and determine if the findings resonate with you. Take the journey. Then share the experience and inspire others to do the same. I have also provided testimonials of how music has benefited specific medical conditions. There are suggested musical and vibrational prescriptions based on my experience in the field, and I cite organizations that provide additional expertise and resources to put it all into action. Remember, none of these prescriptions are intended to replace your current medications or medical treatment plans, although some might have the power to. They are meant to provide strong support in your journey to optimal health. The conditions are presented in alphabetical order. Let's get started on uncovering some amazing findings utilizing music for treating specific conditions. I have added an abbreviated contents page for this section to help you find the ailment you are looking for quickly. Alzheimer's disease. The Alzheimer's Association projects that the United States will see the number of Alzheimer's cases increase by 40% from 2015 to 2025. One of the greatest fears of American adults is the loss of memory. With these startling statistics, focus on treating and managing the negative symptoms of Alzheimer's disease is crucial. This disease touches not only the person directly diagnosed, but also his or her family and friends, who, in most cases, watch the person's quality of life deteriorate day by day. Insomnia is one of the most frequent negative symptoms of Alzheimer's. For the patient and caregivers, the use of both music and music therapy shows amazing results in Alzheimer's patients. The difference between the terms music and music therapy used here is that music means the music itself provides the benefit, while music therapy indicates that the relationship between the music therapist and the patient, and also a specific music process that the patient is involved in, such as singing, provides the benefit. Research demonstrates that melatonin, a hormone best known for regulating sleep cycles, increased in a 4-week music therapy program with Alzheimer's patients. 19. In addition, adding stimulating and familiar background music to Alzheimer's patients' environments increased positive behaviors, calmness, relaxation, etc., while decreasing negative behaviors, aggression, anxiety, etc. 20. As we saw in the example of Henry in Chapter 3, an Alzheimer's patient, patients have also been able to recall more personal memories after listening to music that related specifically to their lives. Musical prescription. If you are looking to assist someone with Alzheimer's using music, find out what type of music he or she enjoys or has previously enjoyed. If the person is unable to tell you, see if any friends, relatives, or loved ones can provide more information. Just as with traditional medicine, the prescription dosage is important. Start out with 3 or 4 songs played at various intervals during the day, as tolerated. Play the music at a low volume that will be comfortable. Fine-tune the playlist based on his or her reaction. If there is a song that the person doesn't like or that triggers negative emotions or behaviors, replace it with another one. Watching Alive Inside, the movie that chronicles the Alzheimer's patient Henry, can also be really helpful. If someone in your life is affected by Alzheimer's, you know it can be devastating. For caretakers, affirmations are a way to voice and release the anxiety of a situation and transform it into a more positive emotion. Preparing yourself with a 30-second affirmation can transform a potentially negative visit into a bonding experience on another level. Remember, words carry vibration, so before going to see the patient, place your hands on your heart and use this affirmation if it resonates with you. Feel free to substitute the words in bold italic to make it more specific to your situation. I recognize the breath and heartbeat within Mom and appreciate who she is in this moment. I see beyond the anger and cherish her sense of humor within. Suggested music. The Summer Wind by Frank Sinatra. That big band sound has been utilized with Alzheimer's patients to evoke positive memories, and who better to try than Frank Sinatra? Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. ADHD. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD, is defined by inattention, impulsivity, and/or hyperactivity. Research indicates that music can increase the production of dopamine, a messenger chemical produced in the brain, that can be deficient in many ADHD sufferers, that works with attention, memory, and motivation with no harmful side effects. 21. Musical prescription. Listen to music that provides a strong sense of rhythm. It can assist in providing a focal point. Allow the person with ADHD to choose his or her own music whenever possible. If you are working with someone who chooses music that is not your typical taste, stay open to the possibility that it may still be helpful. Pop songs offer a sense of structure with verses, choruses, bridges, and endings. Strong choruses create the feeling of knowing what is coming next. This can provide an invitation for participation and help to release unfocused energy. Suggested music. Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. I suggest this song because it has very distinct sections that the listener can focus on. In addition, the positive message of not having to change who you are to be amazing is a powerful message for people who have this disorder. For winding down at bedtime, utilize more relaxing, calming music. I recommend Adagio for Sleep by Liquid Mind. The angelic opening chords and long, peaceful tones of this piece invite the mind to surrender. It gently leads the listener to make a seamless transition from the mind busyness of the day into winding down to a more serene state for the evening. Autism. Autism can impair a person's ability to regulate, understand, and communicate his or her emotions. The use of traditional language can be limiting when trying to express emotion. Music, on the other hand, can access an array of emotions even without using words. Research points out that music is an alternative way for people with autism to access and communicate their emotions with less difficulty. 22. Once someone has had an experience and new connection to emotional understanding through music, he or she has an anchor for future emotional understanding to occur. Over the last 10 years, I have received many testimonials from people who have utilized my music to benefit clients or patients with autism. I pass these on in the hope that they will be of benefit to you. From frustration to hugs. Recently I was working with an 11-year-old autistic boy. We were trying to recreate situations that create frustration and subsequent meltdowns. When I asked him why he wasn't feeling frustrated, my client told me that it was the music. I was playing Barry's CD, Home, in the background. My client said he felt it in his brain and ears. I asked him if he knew about chakras. When he said he didn't, I encouraged him to scan his body, and I took him through the 7 chakra areas in his body while suggesting he feel for the music or any other sensations deep inside, yet not where the organs are. He pointed to the areas corresponding to the solar plexus and abdominal chakras and said he felt a thrumming that calmed him. I suggested that maybe the music connected the physical brain, ears, with the inner, upper and lower abdomen, and he agreed. He looked so peaceful. He then suggested he was finished, and when he left he gave me 3 separate long, full hugs. Judy Lipson, Ma, LPC. Play it all day. I work with children who have disabilities, many of them severe. I find that the Ambiology 5, Eden CD is very helpful with my autistic and emotionally disabled children. They actually are learning to relax with its help. One of my autistic, emotionally disturbed students usually vehemently dislikes music. He covers his ears with his hands, screams, and cries when he hears it. He is, however, actually asking me specifically for the Eden CD and wants it to be played all day. Willa Ficara, speech-language therapist. Musical prescription. Autism is a spectrum disorder. Choose music that is simple for severe cases, and more complex and variable music for mild to moderate cases. 23. Cater the music to the person's tastes. If possible, try to make him or her part of the process to find favorite songs and genres. Start with lower volume levels and work your way up gradually. You might find that the person you are working with is more sensitive to specific frequencies. In my experience, pieces of music with a lot of bass, low, or treble, high, sounds may be disturbing. Play all music in small increments to test his or her initial response. Slowly increase the duration of the music if there is a positive response. If you are looking to increase his or her emotional understanding through music, pick a song that symbolizes the emotion of being happy, and another that symbolizes being sad. Use this as a starting point for music as a translator of emotions. Suggested music. For translating emotions into music, try using the songs below to represent the feelings of happiness and sadness respectively. Happy by Pharrell Williams. Symphony No. 6 in B minor by Tchaikovsky. Light from Assisi by Richard Schulman to create calmness. Bonus for caretakers, So It Goes from the Songs for Autism campaign, which paints a touching picture of those affected by autism and their loved ones. Bereavement and Grief. Losing a loved one can be one of the most spiritually challenging situations we experience. I know that music was an enormous help for me when my dad passed. At my father's funeral I sang a song I had previously written for him. It provided a way for me to release the grief I was feeling from the loss. The song was called Hey Daddy, and it expressed the regret of not knowing the little things about my dad that I had never asked. It also created an intimacy at the funeral that was touching and comforting for all that attended. At times, music can support us in expressing our grief, and other times it can act as a pausing mechanism to allow us to rest and rejuvenate from a very emotionally draining process. Paying tribute to the person who has passed through music and song can be a very powerful and beneficial process. Musical prescription. Create your own ceremony utilizing music, sound, and vibration to honor the person who has passed. Choose a song that assists you in remembering that person and that speaks of his or her qualities, a song you know he or she loved, or one that held a connection between the two of you. Set your environment to make it feel special, or choose a significant place. Before playing the song, place your hand on your heart and gently breathe in and out. Be thankful for your vital heartbeat and breath. As you play the song, thank the person for the ways he or she touched your life. Know that you can still entrain with the essence of that person although his or her physical body is no longer here. Allow your feelings to flow. The sound of crying is a powerful vehicle for releasing and transforming grief. As you honor this person, you also honor yourself and the relationship that was shared between you. If you feel you need more help, professional musical therapy is another excellent way to process loss. Songwriter, lyric writing, singing in a group, and playing instruments together can assist in releasing and moving through emotions. It's not about being a professional musician, it's about using the process as a tool to explore, release, and transform grief. Suggested music. Europa, Earth's Cry Heaven's Smile, by Carlos Santana is one of the most emotional guitar instrumentals you will ever listen to. The song starts off very gently and brings in a sense of safety that allows for surrender. As the guitar sustains and cries, the percussion sways and orbits around the guitar and gives the listener a sense of permission to release grief and connect with more expansive and heavenly energies. A very powerful piece. Cancer. The American Cancer Society estimates that more than 1.6 million people will be diagnosed with cancer in 2016. Finding ways to treat anxiety and pain and improve quality of life for this devastating disease are very important. The fact that music is non-invasive, low-cost, has no negative side effects, and does not interfere with medical treatment is a huge factor in considering and creating a consistent music program for cancer patients. According to the American Cancer Society, new research supports listening to recorded music, as well as music therapy, to improve anxiety, pain, mood, quality of life, heart rate, respiratory rate, and blood pressure in cancer patients. In addition, research has demonstrated that utilizing music during high-dose chemotherapy can lessen nausea and vomiting. 24. From the stages of being diagnosed with cancer to cancer recovery. Many mental challenges can occur that affect our brain health and overall quality of life, including anxiety, stress, and depression. Research suggests that choral singing may improve quality of life and depression in cancer survivors. 25. Music for cancer patients can be used in various ways. Christine Salmon, an integrative oncology and wellness senior manager, began utilizing my music with her cancer clients at Banner MD Anderson Cancer Center in Arizona. The patient was able to let go of muscular tension and stress for an hour, and that rejuvenated her body. She had been struggling with cancer-related fatigue for nearly a year. To me, this was beautiful, and I am truly grateful to Barry and his music for aiding the patient in experiencing energy again. In addition to addressing physical symptoms, music can assist in creating a more balanced, stress-free environment where the physical body can repair and the emotional and mental bodies can rest. It can also inspire a stronger sense of spiritual well-being and allow us to deepen our connection with something outside ourselves and beyond our health. Challenges. Musical prescription. If you are receiving treatments that might require a lot of physical energy, pick a piece of music in the morning that will inspire you and lift your Energy emotionally. As we have shown throughout this book, keeping your emotions positive can affect your physical body beneficially. During and after treatments, or on days you are not receiving treatments. Pick music that will relax and rejuvenate you. Just allow and surrender. When listening, and your body will move into the parasympathetic relaxed state in which rejuvenation, repair, and detoxification can occur. Take a walk in nature. Nature is a part of the language of music, and not only does it speak to us, it can act as a lifeline and coping strategy. Suggested music. This Little Light of Mine by Faith Rivera, a wonderful, fun, and funky rendition of a childhood song that is perfect for lifting the mood, and invites listeners to let their inner light shine. Something More by Nick Vujicic. This inspirational song and video helps to put any illness into perspective, seeing the trials and tribulations that the artist has conquered. Silk Road by Kitaro. The exotic flutes, nature sounds, and percolating bells make this a perfect piece of music for rejuvenation and relaxation. Cardiovascular conditions. Heart problems are a common medical ailment in this day and age. In addition to entraining your heart to a coherent state, music can also assist those who have more extensive cardiovascular problems that may even require surgery. For example, research indicates that listening to relaxing music after open heart surgery can decrease levels of stress and increase levels of oxytocin, a hormone that can improve our emotions. 26. Additionally, research has uncovered that different types of music, such as classical music and meditation music, have had the greatest benefit to our cardiovascular health. 27. Musical prescription. Utilize a piece of music that brings you to a state of joy at least once a day. Studies reveal that joyful music can promote vascular health. 28. Select a piece of music that evokes gratitude and peacefulness to calm yourself down in stressful times during your day, to help lower your blood pressure, and to keep your heart healthy. Connect with your heart on a daily basis. Use the heart song breathing process. Creating a daily practice of this can help transform stress and anxiety, and may also help regulate your heartbeat and lower your blood pressure. If you are going into heart surgery, utilize relaxing music before, during, and after the operation. Don't forget that you want your surgeon in a focused and relaxed state as well. Ask for the music to be played for you and your medical team. Suggested music. Happy Together by the Turtles. This classic rock song is an antidote to negative feelings and creates an invitation to feel joyous. Om Shri Sach by Deva Premal. The perfect piece of peaceful music to calm yourself down in stressful times during your day. Watermark by Enya. This album sets the perfect space for a focused yet relaxed environment in the operating room. Dementia. Alzheimer's disease. International reports that worldwide, an estimated 46.8 million people are living with some form of dementia. Symptoms of dementia include negative emotions, memory problems, sleep disturbances, and agitated behavior. Multiple studies have found that music therapy and music have been beneficial in reducing agitated behaviors. 29. Serenity in Harlem. In 2003, Phil Veneziano approached me and asked if I could suggest any of my music that might help his mom, who was suffering from dementia. Phil had taken on the role of caretaker in his noisy apartment in Harlem, and his mom was having trouble getting to sleep at night. Insomnia is one of the most treatment-resistant symptoms of dementia. I suggested that Phil try Ambiology 5, Eden. Phil later shared with me that the music provided a sonic cushion from the street sounds, and that his mother had become so accustomed to the CD that she would insist that it was put on every Evening as she prepared for bed, even when the streets were quiet. Phil shared his story with me from a deep place of gratitude. She was frightened and tense most of the time, wondering what the future had in store for her. But when I put her music on, as she called it, she would close her eyes and drift into a comfortable, deep sleep. It was her moment of tranquility in a very trying time. As I would leave the room after I turned on her music, I could see a faint smile on Mom's face as the opening chords sounded. She seemed to know that she would soon be in a comfortable place, and I can't express to you how relieved that made me feel after all she'd been through. Musical prescription. The Alzheimer's Association has an excellent protocol for utilizing music. With dementia, identify music that is familiar and enjoyable to the person. If possible, let him or her choose the music. Choose a source of music that isn't interrupted by commercials, which can cause confusion. Use music to create the mood you want. For example, a tranquil piece of music can help create a calm environment, while a faster-paced song from someone's childhood may boost his or her spirit and evoke happy memories. Avoid sensory overload. Eliminate competing noises by shutting windows and doors and turning off the television. Make sure the volume of the music is not too loud. 30. Suggested music. The Secret Garden by Diane Arkenstone. This song is seated in beauty and gently blossoms into a sacred journey that takes the listener, whether caretaker or patient, into a safe and nurturing environment. Dental pain and anxiety. Music can play an important role in making a dental procedure that is a not so pleasant experience into a much more tolerable one. Music allows our bodies to move into a relaxed state and in some cases even reduce the amount of pain and anxiety experienced. 31. One client of mine shared an experience in which she had a dental emergency and ended up being treated by a local dentist who had a reputation for being rough with his patients. While sitting in the chair, waiting for the hygienist, she realized she had her music player with her, and quickly put on some uplifting and heart-opening music. She had always associated this music with a place of comfort and familiarity, like home, so when she began to listen to the music her mind returned to that state of joy and relaxation. This allowed her to get through what she described as her brutal dentist appointment far more easily than she ever imagined would be possible. Musical prescription. Listen to relaxation music while in the waiting room. Much of your anxiety can be created in this stage while anticipating the procedure. Bring a set of comfortable headphones and set your volume level so that it is loud enough to block out some of the external noises but soft enough to keep you in a relaxed state while in the chair. Breathe with the music and keep your eyes closed during the process if possible. Allow yourself to entrain with the music, and let yourself move into a more relaxed brain wave state, such as alpha or theta. Suggested music. Dolphin Dreams by Jonathan Goldman. This remarkable piece transports you to a sonic sanctuary with the use of nature sounds, beautiful tones, and textures. Depression. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that 9% of Americans are affected by depression, and many are not receiving specific treatment. The number of patients diagnosed increases about 20% every year. Music is a highly accepted art form that most people have access to at little to no cost. It makes complete sense to utilize many of the tools described in this book to combat depression. If you or a loved one is battling depression, the following prescriptions will give you some easy ideas to plug in. Musical prescription. If you are feeling depressed, meet yourself where you are. Use the heart Song breathing process to pinpoint what emotion might be contributing to your depression and what emotion you would like to go to, and then create an antidepressant playlist with songs that can elevate your emotions. Remember, words carry meaning. Listen to your inner voice and monitor your negative thoughts. Start each day with a morning song and an intention for your day that lifts you. Sing along with your favorite music. Research has indicated that singing helps to combat depression, especially in older people. 32. Suggested music. Child by the 5 Stair Steps. It's hard to listen to this song without being affected. There is so much positive energy within this upbeat, inspirational song that we should listen to it once a day and sing with it to combat depression. Insomnia. Insomnia affects between 50 and 70 million Americans alone. The National Sleep Foundation reports that 48% of Americans report occasional insomnia, while 22% experience insomnia every night or almost every night. If you are taking your highly active day into your evening and not releasing or processing the events and emotions that occurred, you might as well be driving your fast vehicle into the insomnia lane. Sleep challenges can sometimes result when our circadian rhythms are disturbed. Our internal biological clocks regulate our sleep patterns, and music can create the perfect bridge to resetting our circadian rhythms. Studies confirm that soothing music can help you fall asleep faster and get deeper sleep. 33. This supports much of what has been stated in this book. Music with a tempo of 60 to 80 beats per minute, a slow, constant rhythm, low-frequency tones, and calm, relaxing melodies can assist in treating sleep disorders. Sleeping with a musician. Before I set my intention, I want you to know that I sleep with Barry Goldstein every night, said one woman at a workshop I facilitated. The room was filled with laughter. She explained that she used my music to help her fall asleep and to create a state of relaxation that allowed her brain to turn off and rest. As we went around the circle, it got worse. A husband said, "I don't sleep with Barry Goldstein, but my wife does." It continued around a circle of about 30 people, and by the end I was beet red. If you would have told me 20 years ago when I was a rock musician, that my music would be putting people to sleep every night, I would have been highly insulted. Now, I consider it the highest compliment. Musical prescription. About an hour before you go to sleep every night, as you're starting to wind down, shut off the TV or computer, lower the lights, and turn on your music. Choose a piece of music that will entrain your heart to a relaxed state. As your heart entrains to the music, your brain will follow and your busy mind will start to quiet. Allow the music to fill the room. Let your breathing adapt to the gentle wave of the music. Move beyond listening with your ears and hear it with your heart. If your sleeping patterns, circadian rhythms, have moved out of sync, it may take a few days or up to a few weeks to reset these rhythms. Used nightly, the music will begin to act as a bridge from your busy day to your winding down at night. Sleep will follow. Suggested music. Ambiology 6, Genesis by Barry Goldstein. The CD has proven to be very effective in improving insomnia in many patients that have been diagnosed with insomnia. Its balance of warm, low tones immersed in a lush blanket of sound with minimal melodies makes it a perfect soundtrack to fall asleep to. Pain. It is well known that the number one reason people seek a doctor is pain. Music can provide a safe, non-invasive, side effect-free therapy for pain reduction. Studies have found that playing music lessens the need for Sedation medication relaxes patients and reduces pain. 34. They also show that music improved patients' overall experience with their medical procedures. Another study showed increased functional mobility and decreased pain in fibromyalgia patients. 35. Musical prescription. Use soothing music to move you into a relaxed state before, during, and after procedures or when you are experiencing any pain. Toning and chanting can be wonderful ways to entrain the brain to more relaxed states. Elevate your heart connection, and create a relaxation response in the physical body. In addition, chanting and toning can take the attention away from the pain and anxiety associated with an upcoming procedure. Carve out 5 minutes in your day to chant or tone. Utilize your breath, one of your inner soul sounds. Breathe in and out in time with a piece of music that is comfortable for you, and as you release your breath, focus on releasing tension in the area where you are experiencing pain. Suggested music. Illumination of the Heart by Duder. This piece contains beautiful flutes, heavenly textures, and light, earthy rhythms that connect the listener with a beautiful feeling of well-being. Perfect for before or after a procedure, and also a great piece for gentle breath work. Om Shanti by Ricky Byers-Beckwith. The meaning of Shanti is peaceful. This song is a call to find peace in the mind and soul. As we chant Om Shanti, we have the ability to release tension and stress we are holding in our body and transform ourselves into a more peaceful state. Palliative care and the dying process. The benefit of music in the dying process is just as important as it is in any other life process. Listening to music every day during this process can bring a sense of peace and calmness and can combat feelings of fear, anxiety, and even pain to create a better quality of life for patients. 36. In addition, the emotional state of the caregivers is an important part of patient care. Music can be an important tool to center and rejuvenate the caretakers so that they may be truly present during this sacred time of transition. Winnie and the Butterfly. During my private sound healing sessions with Winnie, one of my favorite clients, she commented many times that she had never been so relaxed in all of her 90 years. During these sessions, we were able to release energy and emotions that she had been holding in her body for many years, to bring her to a place of unconditional love and preparedness for the next step in her soul's journey. A few years after I met Winnie, she suffered from congestive heart failure. The last few weeks of her life were frightening for both her and her family, but by listening to my music throughout the day and night, and during her transition, both she and her family experienced sensations of deep calm, acceptance, and undeniable love. Winnie's daughter Carol shared the role of music in her mom's life. Celebration. A little more than 3 months after Winnie passed, our friends and family celebrated her life at the Nature Center at Copper Mountain Resort, a place that Winnie and Ed spent years hiking and skiing. As we gathered at nearly 11,000 feet on a pristine, bluebird sunny day, Barry sang Winnie's favorite song that he wrote, Through the Eyes of God, and the attendees were transfixed. As he moved through the lyrics and came to I am the butterfly's new wings, the wind picked up and a butterfly gracefully flew behind Barry from east to west. The gasp from the audience was audible, for they too recognized the significance of Barry's powerful words and the appearance of Winnie through that butterfly. Mom was very present with us, and she was joyful. Her message came through loud and clear, that she was still alive and connected to us from the other side. Forever. I can still see Winnie's smiling face and feel so blessed and touched to have been part of her life and her transition. Musical prescription. Use a serene piece of music that can provide a safe, nurturing environment for the patient, family members, loved ones, and caretakers. Utilize music to encourage deep emotional bonding and interactions to help relieve stress and anxiety. Self-selected music or favorite songs can encourage memories associated with the music and create a peaceful life review and sense of closure. Suggested music. Ambiology 4, Home by Barry Goldstein. Home is the perfect album for palliative care and transitioning. It is 1 hour of continuous music that brings the heart to a relaxed state effortlessly. It contains prayer bowls, earthy, low tones, and subtle melodies. The intention that is embedded in this piece is that the listener feels a sense of home regardless of his or her surroundings. Parkinson's disease. The Parkinson's Disease Foundation reports an estimated 7 to 10% of people are living in the world with this challenging disease, and music is showing great promise in many areas of treatment. In a novel study, music therapy was administered to control symptoms and improve quality of life for patients. The study utilized choral singing, voice exercise, and rhythmic and free body movements and showed positive effects on motor improvement and emotional states. 37. Musical prescription. Drumming reportedly has great potential to become a new therapy for Parkinson's patients. Research suggests that playing music actually increases serotonin and dopamine production in the brain, chemicals that are depleted by Parkinson's and that decrease more severely with the progression of the disease. 38. Rhythmic auditory stimulation, RAS, is a method you can utilize with a music therapist that enables Parkinson's patients to find the exact rhythm that supports optimal gait. RAS may positively influence initiating movements, rhythm and symmetry, freezing of gait, coordination, and endurance. 39. Suggested music. Origins by Glenn Velez. This strong, steady drumming piece incorporates powerful trance-inducing rhythms. A perfect song for Parkinson's patients and their family members to drum along to tap into the benefits of the recommended prescription. Pregnancy and childbirth. Bringing a child into the world can be one of the most amazing experiences that we encounter in our lives. Research unveils that incorporating music, sound, and vibration before, during, and after birth has benefits for both the child and the mother. Such studies have found that not only can music be used to lessen pain and anxiety in the mother, and thus in the child, during labor and delivery, but newborns are also capable of recognizing music that was played or sung to them before birth. 40. Evelyn Simmons, the coordinator of midwifery services at Olivia Medical Center in Chicago, told me that using relaxing music helped to entrain the mother and child's heartbeat and breath to the music, creating a soothing atmosphere even in the midst of painful labor. This shared field of relaxation and calmness that was created between mother and child with the assistance of this music radiated outward and calmed everyone else who was present at the child's birth, making for a miraculous and harmonious entrance into the world. Evelyn shared a tender but powerful moment from one of many births. Utilizing music. With each contraction, the power of the mother's breath and her heart's rhythm in training with the music were her path to inner strength. I admired her strength and her ability to rhythmically move through, then the crowning of the beautiful Valentine's Day baby's head, the climactic part of birth. I saw her tap into her inner strength and embrace her freedom from fear. The baby emerged from the womb, and at that moment we all felt the holy sacredness of birth. All three of our hearts were connected in one rhythm. It was amazing. Musical prescription. Before birth and during labor, choose music that alleviates stress and puts you in a highly relaxed state. Remember that the mother's stress is also felt by the infant, so the more stress-free she is able to stay, the less it will negatively affect her child. Utilize gentle, peaceful music as a communication tool from 28 weeks on to provide a tranquil environment for yourself and your unborn child. This is the time period when fetuses respond reliably to music through changes in heart rate and behavior. 41. Use the same music to bring your child into the world. This can be a calming mechanism during the process to create safety and serenity for you, your child, and the delivery team. You and your child will recognize the music. Play the same music for the child after birth and keep it on low volumes to provide sonic nurturing in the nursery. He or she can recognize it's their song and feel your love through it. A mother's voice is one of the most precious musical gifts you can give your child. Sing your child lullabies before birth. Welcome him or her into the world with your voice and songs. Let it be the first powerful rite of passage. Suggested music. Ambiology 1, The Heart by Barry Goldstein. The relaxing and soothing tempo of this album will help to guide you and your child's hearts to entrain with the music and can help reduce the anxiety, fear, and pain that come along with childbirth. I have received numerous testimonials of its benefits in childbirth. Psychosis. For many of the conditions in this section, relaxing or calming music has been part of our prescription. But there are some exceptions. Research indicates that relaxing music isn't necessarily beneficial for psychosis. Music has been shown to be effective in suppressing and combating the symptoms of psychosis, but classical music did not prove as effective as non-classical music in reducing these symptoms. 42. Musical prescription. Start with the person's preferred music. More musical stimulation may be necessary for fast-paced or agitated brain states. Start to reduce musical stimulation to help calm the person as his or her brain state adapts. The key is meeting the patient where he or she is, then observe and adapt. Suggested music. The best music for someone struggling with psychosis is whatever that person's preferred music is, or music that the caregiver observes to be calming. Follow the musical prescription given above. Stress. Everyone has heard of the dangers that stress can place not only on the physical body, but on the emotional, spiritual, and mental bodies as well. Which is why it is so important to mitigate our stress levels as much as we can. Research indicates that music can be a vital aspect of stress management by reducing stress hormones. 43. Make sure to add music to your daily program to help reduce stress. Give yourself musical interludes, during which you can unwind, relax, and release the stress you carry with you throughout your day. Musical prescription. We all have stress in our life. It's about how we respond to it. You have the ability to compose yourself and guide anxiety and pressure in a different direction. Take a 5-minute vacation, surrender and explore. People relieve stress in different ways. Some people love to move and dance. Some need to sit still to calm down. Do what feels best for your four bodies, and follow the beat of your inner drum, your heart. It knows what you need in this moment, so don't forget to listen to it. Suggested music. Stir It Up by Bob Marley. Take a joyous trip to Jamaica, sway to the gentle breeze, and surrender. El Cantante by Mark Anthony. Stand up and move to these beautiful Latin salsa rhythms. What the Pipa Says by Lin Hai and Friends. Relax and float into this beautiful exotic Chinese instrumental and allow it to wash away your Stresses. Stroke. The World Health Organization reports that approximately 15 million people have strokes each year, 5 million die, and another 5 million are disabled permanently. According to the National Aphasia Association, 25 to 40% of people who survive a stroke develop a condition known as aphasia, which results from injury or damage to the language parts of the brain and can affect the person's ability to speak, write, and understand language. In some cases, a person can still sing but cannot speak. The curiosity of how music could assist with this issue led to the development of musical intonation therapy, which uses melody and rhythm to engage specific areas of the brain. A promising study indicated that music may be teaching the brain to reorganize itself, as discussed in previous chapters. This reorganization seems to support music's ability to help pave the way for speech in stroke patients. 44. In addition, research reports that piano training can result in sustainable improvements in upper extremity function in chronic stroke survivors. 45. Musical prescription. Cognition can be improved through rhythm games, musical performances, and songwriter. 46. Playing a drum can help to improve movement and muscle control in a stroke survivor, and can also enhance the range of motion in the upper extremities to improve speech and communication. Try exercising mouth muscles, rhyming, or chanting and singing words, using these abilities to gain speech improvements. Suggested music. Well-known songs that are remembered easily, such as Happy Birthday or Jingle Bells, are a great start because the melodic aspects are already familiar. For songs that provide strong rhythms, encourage the person to clap, stomp his or her feet, or drum along. I recommend We Will Rock You by Queen and Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani, which both have infectious rhythms that encourage participation. Moving forward with musical prescriptions. There is continuing and exciting new research being reported on utilizing music, sound, and vibration to enhance our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health on a daily basis. There are oncologists using singing bowls, scientists studying the frequency of a cat's purr and its relationship to our health, and books on earthing that show the physical benefits of connecting to the Earth's vibration. We are living in exciting times. One of the main intentions of this book is to teach you how to use music as a bridge to help bring together science and spirituality, heart and mind. Many of the principles and terms can be applied to transforming our life situations, manifesting our highest intentions, and leading a healthy and fruitful life. One of the best things about learning the building blocks and basics about music and how it relates to the health of your four bodies is that you now have a foundation to build your own musical health practice. Remember, ultimately we are the conductor leading, balancing, arranging, and harmonizing with the orchestra of our life. It is up to us to manage the roles and parts that we play, and to allow music to help guide us back to our ultimate destination, our hearts.